Sometimes I think you change into a girl just to spite me.
Paul, stop. I'm just... the kid addicted to their PlayStation. Goes to Olive Garden just for the breadsticks, who binges Property Brothers. I've never changed, Dad. I've always just been me.
Hey, pals, welcome back to the show. I'm Mark.
And I am Robert.
And this episode, we are covering not only one, but two episodes of Gen V Season 1. So we're covering both Gen V Episode 3, entitled...
And 4.
Episode 3 is entitled #ThinkBrink. And Episode 4 is entitled... Oh, I didn't put that down, didn't I? Oh, darn. Oh, no, I did. The Whole Truth. Okay, so Episode 4 is The Whole Truth. Yeah. Mind you, I'm a little bit lapsed, a little bit people, so sorry to do this. But I was away with some friends on a podcast retreat, as I like to call it. So I was away in Boston with the one and only Steve Brown, who we're covering Loki with, as well as everybody else from the Podcast Network and other networks as well, or podcasts. So we had a good time, a lot of fun going on. So this is on the tail end, but yet here we are. We're going to be covering Gen V Season 1, Episodes 3 and 4. So Episode 3, ThinkBrink. Episode 4, The Whole Truth. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to actually tell you the synopsis for each episode. So Episode 3, ThinkBrink. The synopsis for that is: you're invited to the #ThinkBrink Memorial Gala and fundraiser at Godolphin University. Make sure to dress your best. When the doors open at 7 p.m. and you hit the red carpet, then join the world's hottest superheroes and celebrities for selfies and complimentary champagne, and enjoy touching tribute to the legendary Professor Brinkerhoff, featuring A-Train, The Deep, and Polarity. And then, of course, we'll be covering the Episode 4, which would be The Whole Truth. And that synopsis is: the Godolphin University Police Department is seeking any information on the person or persons who violated the Polarity statue in the groin genital area last night outside the School of Crime Fighting. If you have any information, please contact at God UPD. Interesting. Okay. The reason why I said both synopsis and both titles is the reason why, well, we might blend into the two episodes together with our overall thoughts, and there's nothing misleading. Obviously, I did not post anything because I was away for a weekend, an extended weekend, I should say. And, we'll be back with Episode 5, so that way you could actually give us some formal feedback if need be. But with this, we're going to move right along into these two episodes. So, Rob, what were your thoughts about the first episode? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? Was there anything specific about it that you wanted to talk about?
So far, I've been enjoying this series very much. And the one thing I will say about it is that, and then you and I were talking about this offline, but
yeah,
it's just the amount of social commentaries being done with this. I think it's actually almost a responsible thing that the showrunners are doing, because it's still a boys series, so there's a lot of shocking things in there, everything that, from violence to a lot of the sexual things that happen there, just the things they even say. But they are all these things about bulimia. There's these things about cutting yourself, transgender children and what they go through, but they're doing it in a superhero or superpower environment.
Well, it's more creative. I always say it's a more
Yeah.
creative element within the storytelling within the
Right. And I
show.
think it's
Yeah.
one of those things where, like, if you actually did a show that was just covering that without having the whole boys universe in there,
Mhm.
I don't think, I mean, maybe or maybe not, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will make as such a big impact as this has been doing, I think, when it comes to the subject matter.
Yeah.
But besides that, I mean, I think some of the really cool revelations that, I think both episodes, but on this episode, just little things that, you notice about the families of these kids,
Mm.
so the family of the kids are responsible for giving them the serum. What do they call that serum again? What is it?
Oh, it's what the V juice you talking about?
Yeah, the whatever, whatever whatever thing that they gave them to give them superpowers.
Yeah, it's the V
And
juice. That's
the
literally
V-
what it is.
Compound V, that's what it is. So
Yeah.
the compound V that the parents are giving the kids because they want the kids to have superpowers, and it's more of a
It's exploitative more than anything. I want to give my kid powers so that way she could be as famous or a superhero like
correct.
we see of the Seven. And I want them, and now we have universities that will grant these kids some sort of training so that they can be part of the Seven. And yeah, it's very much more about popularity, celebrity more
Yeah.
than anything. And yeah, I understand it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, and going back to what I was saying before with the whole social commentary thing. I mean, that in itself, how parents put so much pressure on their kids
Mhm.
to succeed or to be better than your neighbor's kid or something like that, or the other
Yeah.
kid. So like Andre's father, all his concern is, to make himself look good through and trying to, I guess, live vicariously through his kid Andre.
Yeah.
So, those are one thing. I mean, there's just so many. This show has so many different levels. I think that it's incredible.
Oh yeah.
Besides that, it's a fun freaking show.
Oh, it is.
I mean, some
Yeah.
of the great things that you see in there. Sometimes it's just shocking the amount of crap that you just see coming out of there, and you're like, I can't believe they did that. But you expect it out of the boys' universe.
Oh yeah, yeah. we're expected a lot of the wackiest of weirdest things to happen, and
Right.
to add to what you were talking about with the commentary and everything. One of the things that I did enjoy about this episode is Marie and us finding out that when Emma eats, it makes her big.
Right.
And she walks into the room. Marie walks into the room and she hears like a feeble voice, very small. And you realize that Emma is so small, smaller than a cricket. It's even smaller. We don't even see her.
She was weak too.
And she was weak. And then she had to eat to get bigger. And we find out from her at that point too, the fact that she could actually get big. Like not just
Well, at the end
cricket.
of the episode, that's when we definitely see that.
We do see it then.
Right.
So but in this case, we find out verbally from her is that she could go from one extreme, which is she could puke up and barf to her heart's content and then be as
Right.
small as she needs to be. But as much as she wants to eat, which is like the Alice in Wonderland thought that I had.
Right.
But she eats, she gets bigger. So
Right.
But
And my mistake is not at the end of this episode. It's the end of the next the other episode, episode 4. That's when we find out.
no,
whoa,
it's at the end of this episode.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's at the very end.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Your episode.
She's at the very end, so it's not really spoiler based upon this particular episode. but it's interesting to say that we do get to see that aspect of her.
No, it's actually fourth. I just looked it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the fourth. The end of this episode actually remember that it's when Emma goes to get Sam
Mm-hmm.
or in the
Yeah, she's all as high as fuck, and then she goes in, and then she meets him.
no, Sam. So Emma,
Emma.
and Andre and Sam devise a way for no, I'm sorry. Andre and
Emma.
devise a way for Emma to get into where Sam is at.
Yeah.
So she turns herself small,
Mhm.
and then she's about to get caught, and she jumps into the guard's ear. So
Correct.
spoilers ahead for everybody if you haven't
It's
seen
not.
this
It's
episode.
actually not a spoiler. This is actually in episode 3.
Yeah, so and that's what we're covering, right? Episode 3 right now.
Yeah.
So in episode 3, she jumps in through the ear, kills them, and then the other guards go in, and that's where the episode ends.
Correct.
Right. It's in the next episode when Sam goes to the doctor's house and everybody's trying to stop him, and that's when Emma gets big and pins him
and
down.
huge.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, because she basically goes, Ant-Man to Giant Man in a heartbeat in that particular episode.
Isn't it amazing how and again, as much as I watch this, I keep going back to the X-Men, or I keep going back to
Avengers
all these
or
Avengers
something.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the one thing I like about that is, though, we do see that she has this nice conversation with Marie about it and explaining to herself, and during that whole gala, they're more than just roommates. They are friends.
Right.
And it's even Marie says it. She goes, I want to be more than just your roommate. I want to be your friend. And they're at that point where she's like, and then Emma just hugs her. It was like Marie opening up to Emma, and she goes, I love you, kind of like attitude. And then, of course, you hear Marie go, and then if you had subtitles on, it says Marie urinating, because she was able to let loose and be relaxed.
Oh, you could hear it.
Oh, yeah.
You could hear it, but
yeah,
no, it's the way it also starts. I think the way the way the episode starts in episode 3, it's Golden Boy and Kate, and it's a flashback where we see them going to the facility.
Yes.
And as they're passing by one of the doors, you can see Love Sausage member knocking on the window
from the original Boys. Everybody,
correct.
Yes.
Exactly. So, and then we see how Sam is losing it, and the guards are trying to calm him down, and then Golden Boy is trying to calm him down.
Yeah.
Then all hell breaks loose, but Kate controls him and just puts him to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's a lot of things with Kate in the following next episode, a few episodes where we find out, things about her because of those abilities. But so that I like the way that started really well, because it gave us some insight into like Golden Boy and Kate knew of this facility already.
Yes, they did.
And which means that they haven't been telling the group the truth, or at least Kate, who, because Golden Boy, is dead, but Kate has been keeping all of this from the group.
Yes. And she's been, her powers were being used by the university to hide certain things.
Right.
So her powers are being used and utilized, very much what we know from The Boys itself, because they do that within The Boys.
Correct.
Regular show as well. And it's really sad. You could see that the girl is torn as well. And I like the character, and I feel bad for her because she's put in such a predicament. Now, mind you, at this point, we already know that she's screwing around with Andre.
Correct. So and it's interesting how, that's happening. That whole thing where you're wondering, okay, how long has this been happening for? Or is this a one-time thing, which it seems in this episode like it's a one-time like it just started. You know,
It
that
just
was
started. Yeah,
right.
it's how I felt when I first watched it. And
Correct. Yeah. So, and then another thing that I thought was interesting. So Justine's apology to Emma for revealing that she gets small. You know, at first it seemed a little genuine, but then you see that Emma catches her
Yeah.
filming the apology, and it's like, again, this is where we're going back to the whole, you know, bullshit about, you know, how the people are doing things for social media and things like that just so they could get likes. And
Yep.
that's it was just such a bullshit apology that I got mad at it. I was like, really?
It's like, you're filming this? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, turn off the camera and tell me that without it and delete that. And they're like,
right.
no.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah, you know that was going to happen.
And like I was explaining before, I think, you know, when we start seeing the families, so like Andre was
with his father
Polarity, he was arguing with his father Polarity because of, you know, Andre not meeting, I guess, his expectations or doing what he's supposed to do. And then we see, of course, Emma's mom show up, and all she's talking about is, you know,
it's all exploitation about Emma.
It's how, you know, how they could exploit, like how she could exploit her to, you know, get her own reality show or whatever.
Correct.
The bullshit it, you know, it's like you could tell her mom's just a piece of work.
It's all about the money.
It's that's pretty much what it is.
That's literally all it is. And even Emma knows it. And Emma was doing her own thing on YouTube, or, you know, as Little Cricket. But now her mother and the publicist are like trying to charge this to the point where she can make money off of it, and then get those, like what she was talking to, like Rob, that girl that was trying to exploit herself too, by exploiting Emma. You know, it's like, oh, we could exploit this. So basically, it's more exploitation upon exploitation.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it's sad. Also, we do get like Jordan having to hide that they are a girl at times in front of her own parents, and the father coming out saying, "I had a boy. You came out of your mother, and I was like the proud father of a baby boy." And now, you know, and then basically they were just like, Jordan just changes to the female version.
Correct.
And starts talking to them. And the person that's there for publicity, or the publicist or the reporter, gets disillusioned at that point and just walks away, because they're like, oh, it's not about a guy.
Right.
And it's about a girl. And oh my God.
Well, that's when I was saying that's part of the whole series on, you know, touching upon all these different subjects. And funny enough, I didn't catch that the first time I saw it. I caught it the second time when I saw it, and I was like, oh, this is about transgender children and how it affects not only them, but the parents, how they see them, and they don't know how to cope with.
And how phobic it is. Yeah.
And how phobic it is. And so, like, when I caught it, I was like, oh my God, this is just so in your face. And I can't believe I didn't catch it the first time. But
yeah,
it made me feel really bad for Jordan and how his family sees him in that sense. But, you know, of course, you know, the family.
Well, it happens in the beginning. If you think about it, right around the times when the parents start knocking on his dorm room door, and he's getting plowed, or they are getting plowed by some guy, then uses their guy voice.
Right.
Dad, I'm not there. I'm not ready yet. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, guy was like, I'm not finished. He goes, you're finished. And that's it. And chucks him out. Right. And then changes right back to the guy version of Jordan. And
correct. In order to open the door, nor because he didn't want to show that, you know,
he was ashamed to show his parents that they were in female form.
I don't think that it was a shame. It's just the fact that he knows how his parents feel.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. But, you know, I think he just had enough of it in the party, and he just said, screw it. I mean, this is who I am. You got to accept it. And the parents are just having a hard time accepting that. But it was very well written in that sense. I thought that was for whoever whatever person that is going through the same thing will definitely recognize this so quick and go, oh my God, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. So it's that's why I think the writing in the show is actually very good when it comes to this.
Which makes me point to like some of the quotes that are in there, and I only have one quote, and I won't put them in the quote section, but I'll put it here. Jordan's father saying, "Sometimes I feel you change into a girl to spite me," and then Jordan just retorts to his father or their father saying, "I'm just a kid addicted to their PlayStation, who goes to the Olive Garden just for the breadsticks, who binges Property Brothers. I've never changed, Dad. I've always just been me," meaning that it's just them stating, "I've always been here, no matter what version,
No matter who I am, no matter what I
what
am,
you see, I am me, and I am your child."
I am still your child. Exactly. That's basically what it is. I am still your child.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who I am. And that's the part that got to me, because I was like, wow, that was some powerful stuff there.
Yeah, it was
So,
very powerful writing, and it was done
Yeah.
very well.
The one quote I like, and I won't say it word for word, but the one quote I like was when Sam was quizzing Emma to see if Emma was real, because he thinks that he was imagining her as a
Oh
little
yeah,
thing.
that was hilarious.
And
Yeah.
he's like, "What's my favorite movie?" And she goes, "Well,
You're a
it's
white.
either gonna you're a white guy, so it's either gonna be The Godfather, what is it? Godfather, Star Wars,
Shawshank Redemption.
or something else. I forgot what
It was the Shawshank Redemption.
Was it?
Yeah.
So and he's like, "No, it's Waterworld," and she goes, "Waterworld?"
And laughs, giggling.
And
Yeah.
she starts to laugh. I laughed too, because I was like, out of all fucking movies, man. Come on, man.
Hey, Mad Max on water? Okay.
Yeah, no, it was interesting how, because it was funny. It's true. It's like, because that's the first thing I thought. It was like, well, The Godfather, or maybe Star Wars, but I don't remember the Shawshank Redemption, but it was interesting that he's like Waterworld. So that I thought was really cool.
I thought that too. I thought that was pretty cool too, because it was kind of breaking down just in general dynamics of people.
Right.
And also the most absurd, because you can never figure out what another person likes ever. So this is like blind speed dating, if you think about it.
But
which we find out later that it does work out.
Yeah, no, and what's interesting is that Sam, I guess whatever medication they're giving him somehow is working, because he doesn't want to leave now.
Yeah.
So he he says, "Well, I got a beanbag. I got a," he's like, just. I think the actor is actually very good. The way he portrays Sam, but they're trying to get, she's trying to get him out, and then that's when all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool scene, and the way just Sam's connects with Emma, I think is also really cool, because he just accepts her for who she is. She's accepting him for who he is. So I thought that was actually kind of a nice little connection between them. I think like when you see them interact, I said it as soon as I saw it, it's like, yeah, these two are gonna hook up.
Yeah. Yeah. You could see who does hook up because of altercation or just alternating personalities.
Right.
Towards the end of this, and actually we see it more so in the next episode. But I just like at the very end, that towards the end of the party, all the ladies, Marie, Emma, Kate, and
It was only 3 of them.
Jordan. Oh, so Emma wasn't there. She was on a mission.
Emma wasn't there. Right.
Yeah, by Andre. So it was Marie, Kate, and Jordan. And they were all female. They were all sitting around. And I think Kate made a joke about how, being well off and things of that nature. And then Marie just gets all pissed off and just basically tells her, well, you want to know how I got my powers? I got it this way. I just got my first period and I wound up accidentally killing my mother. And then my father came in and I accidentally killed him too.
Right.
And then Kate wound up going into her situation as well about her brother as well, which
Right.
we get to see a little bit later on, I believe. And then Jordan makes a comment of saying something that she killed her uncle, and then she was just like,
Her grandmother. It was
Her
like, oh, I
grandmother.
killed my grandmother. And they're like, really? And I was like, no, but I
No.
felt left out.
Exactly. But you can understand the respect and like she wanted to feel involved for the fact that
Right.
it's like, oh crap, I don't have any of these issues. I have my own other issues that are not as bad.
Right.
So, and then you could see them getting together as friends.
Yeah,
that
you
point.
kind of see them. I think as the show goes on, you definitely see the group getting a lot more tightened, and
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing. What did you think about Andre's dad knowing about the woods and knowing about the facility and everything?
Yeah.
Because when Andre told his dad told him to shut up and not say a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Andre kind of looked at him like with shock and disgust. So yeah, I thought that was.
I didn't put it past him because he was part of the Vought machine. So everything that, if you look at Polarity, what he was doing with Andre, he was pushing him more and more to be part of the Seven, or to be the next generation to go into the Seven.
Right.
So, because apparently he couldn't hack it. So my boy's got to be it. He's got to be the next one up. I did this. Look at me. I did all these movies. And
right.
They're like, but you weren't really part of the Seven. So he was part of the Vought machine. So it wasn't honestly a surprise to me, because the way he was pushing Andre the whole time. It
threw me off a little, because I was like, oh wow, like, okay, it just seems like at that point I was like, okay, all the parents are messed up in this.
Well, I was expecting it. For some odd reason, in the back of my head, I was expecting it.
Right.
Now, mind you, I don't know if it's because of how many movies I've seen, or I've seen the elitist kind of stuff in going to like St. John's University, or certain colleges that I've been to, where you see people that have that power, and it's just accepted,
Yeah.
And I just see it, and I'm like, okay. But also in storytelling wise, I saw that coming a mile away. I'm like, yeah, he's part of this as well. Just like the higher ups in the school and what they were doing, or even with Brink, he was part of this the whole time. So, okay, everybody else is just as bad with how they're exploiting these kids or their powers and things of that nature. So, to me, it wasn't very much in your face going, oh my, that happened.
Right.
No, it didn't happen to me. I was just like, okay, kind of expected that. But my feeling is, when do I get to see Polarity blow up, or something happen to him at some time?
That's going to be. So what is Polarity's powers are the same as Andre? Is that how
Correct.
it is? Or
Yeah.
okay. That's interesting. Okay. So yeah, no, I mean, that's the one thing we haven't seen is if the parents do have powers like Polarity, we still haven't seen them use their powers.
Yeah.
So
maybe he has to get a booster. Remember that what A-Train had to do back in The Boys? He had to get a booster because he was starting to lose his powers.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happens later on. And that wouldn't be something that would probably be something that they show later on in future episodes.
Right. Or he lost his powers, and that's why he's so adamant about Andre succeeding, because he just wants to live vicariously through him.
Possibly.
So there's possibilities there on the story, on which way it goes.
Yeah.
So, and then of course the last part I liked was, of course, Emma getting tiny and then just going up to the guard's ear.
Oh yeah.
Going in from one side to the other and killing him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this show just kind of makes you. It just brings a smile to my face sometimes. I was like, just when you think they're not gonna. I don't know, man. It's just like every time I see it, I was like, well, yeah. I'm not surprised, but yet I am surprised.
Yeah, I know. It
So
puts a smile on your face. It's like I saw that coming, or I thought about that and it just did happen. And it's like, oh,
right,
okay, yep.
because these are things that you think about. You're like, oh my god, what if she
That is
like
so
all
sick and sadistic, you know. It's like they won't do that. Oh, they did do that. All right, hooray!
exactly. So, which actually lets people out there know that we are sick and sadistic in our heads, you know. So, oh man,
It's fun though.
yeah,
The show is fun, and you know it's done with a lot of tongue in cheek humor.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
like I said, it was a great episode. Yeah, I mean, fantastic. I have no problems with the episode at all. It revealed some things, I think, that you know, as the show goes on, it's going to reveal more and more. But it revealed a lot more things about what's going on, who knows what,
Yeah.
and things like that. So, and then it's just gonna, I'm sure it's just gonna grow from there more and more and more.
Yeah. Which leads us to actually we just covered all of episode 3, which is funny because now we're going right into episode 4. And I still laugh at the synopsis about that, about the police department seeking any information on the persons or anybody who violated polarity statue in the groin or genital area, because
Right.
that's when, you know, he kind of blows up his father's groin to get the cell phone and everything else.
Correct.
And that's where we're at. So basically, that was actually episode 2 that we saw that happen.
Correct.
But now it's come full circle where, you know, at least the school security team or the police department are really on top of it.
Right.
They use this as a catalyst to get people to send in any information.
Yeah.
But with this episode, though, we get to see, Emma and Sam together. You know, yeah,
they finally, well, they're almost hooking up.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
Yeah.
But I like the way the episode started. So, because the episode started with the dean, or everybody trying to figure out, first of all, what happened to the guard, who has now a hole going from one ear to the other, straight through his brain.
yes,
And then we see a shot of the hallway. And in the hallway, there's a ton of different guards just all mutilated and everything.
Yeah.
Which lets you know that Sam just went a little bit crazy when they escaped.
oh yeah.
So,
But Shetty winds up finding a small, looks like a doll, like shoe,
yeah, it's a little shoe that she found. So she knows.
which makes me question now. All right, we already know how Emma is able to, you know, regurgitate and become smaller.
Right.
We just see her in those clothes. Does she have little doll clothes that she keeps on her?
Probably, because when you look at her clothes look stupid. They just look like it was just thrown together. So I think I don't know, maybe she does. I mean, I can't see her like running around naked all the time as a small person.
Yeah, because as we've seen her before, when she has to vomit to become smaller, she's always naked. She always has a towel down in front of the toilet and puking in, and then she gets smaller and smaller.
Right.
I'm assuming that she buys a lot of doll clothes and she keeps that in her purse.
Or maybe because Andre and her planned this, they somehow said, "Oh, okay, if I'm going to be small, I might as well have some clothes." I don't know.
They raided somebody's
that's-
Barbie dream house.
That's something they haven't really covered. How the hell did where did she get the clothes, and does she actually wear tiny clothes in other occasions?
Yeah,
So that's
that's a good question, in my opinion. Yeah, it's like it's not an
Yeah.
Ant-Man thing when everything turns small, you know.
No, it's not what they called unstable. Like what was it? Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. one time they what was it? One time they came up with I guess what I was called the answer to why a lot of the superhero costumes seem to either first of all be form fitting, but at the same time, if they have some kind of ability, the uniform also has that ability, or it can stretch with them or get small with them. And
Elasticity in it. Yeah.
yeah, and Reed Richards called it because he invented costumes with unstable molecules, I think it's called.
Ah,
So
interesting.
yeah, so that was the excuse in Marvel Comics. I don't know, back in the 80s. So
In
I'm
this case,
surprised.
I think she walks around with like the whole Barbie dream house
I don't know. I think she
costumes.
walks around naked most of the time because remember, she does all these little videos of her getting tiny. Now, I don't know whether in those videos she is naked.
Well, the one that we did see when she was first introduced, she had kind of like a wrestling garb thing when she was going to battle her
Oh, yeah, you're
hamster.
right. You're right.
So,
So she probably does. Yeah, she probably does have like a little costume thing that she uses for
yeah.
for YouTube videos. Interesting.
The one person that I like to bring up and that we could definitely talk about within this is Tech Knight in this show.
Yes.
He's a reporter. He's pretty much like those talk show hosts that we like, Maury Povich,
Mm-hmm.
or who else? There's so many more that are out there.
You know, you got Dr. Phil, Mary Povich, you know, like it's those talk shows like, you know, where I don't know, they're trying to, you know, find the truth by, you know, having the actual person there and exploiting whatever it is that they went through and stuff like that. So, but he
Yeah.
has the ability to know if they're telling the truth or not. So
Yeah, he's got, like
yeah.
Sherlock Holmes kind of sense about him.
Well, I think he has powers.
Yes, he does. He was a
So-
former student.
Right.
We all know this. He's a former student. He didn't gain the appeal as the Seven had back in the day,
Right.
but he was able to utilize his powers and for glory to get into this whole you know, exploitive
Right. Because
journalism.
at one point you see him somehow sniffing the air because
Yeah.
he's trying to see if he could smell the person, I guess, sweating or whatever it is that, you know,
Mhm.
he's trying to look for to see if they're lying. Oh no, he was actually sniffing the air because he could actually smell Kate on Andrew.
Andre.
Andre.
Yeah.
So, but he has a very interesting little quirk, which we'll talk about, I guess, in a moment.
Yeah. Well, we could go right into it. Who cares? You know, he was humping, you know, like, what was it? The air dryers for your hands in the men's room.
And so he did it with a donut or a bagel. He did it with a vacuum cleaner, what is it? One of those traffic cones. He did it with a tree. Like anything that has a hole in it, he is humping.
It's because apparently he can't get off in any other way,
Right.
and it doesn't work for him. But as soon as he started trying to exploit certain things that Shetty didn't want to be exploited, she goes, "Oh, all these will be put up right away."
Well, he was going to try to frame her for Golden Boy's
Death.
death. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so that was very interesting. Like the way he does things is just insane. I mean, I just think that even though we know that she is as the episodes get, what I would say,
Crazier.
as we talk about more episodes in the future,
yeah,
we find out a lot more things about her, about
that's Shetty.
What's her first name? Indira Shetty. Okay, so Indira, we find out more things, but at that moment I was rooting for her from you know, because of what an asshole he was for, you know, trying to pin shit on her. So so But he's an interesting character, I would say.
Oh yeah, he is. I'm forgetting the guy. Oh man, it's going back years, but it was one of those exploitative journalists that were out there. That
Geraldo Rivera.
No. This guy was so bad that people wanted him dead. He was on TV. He was a tall white guy. I forget his name, but if you listeners know and remember, please let me know. He was definitely on like a Tales from the Crypt episode and back in the 90s and stuff like that. He was notorious for like really pissing people off. But yeah,
are you talking about what's his name? The guy that came out also in Predator 2. Remember the
he was in Predator 2 at one point, I believe that.
The guy who plays the reporter?
I think so.
Yeah, he had his own show. Damn, what's his name? Oh shoot. I think he got killed also in a Predator 2 or something like that. But or Danny Glover punched him in the face or something. But
yep, here we go. Morton Downey Jr. That's who we're talking about, everybody.
Yes. So
yeah, he was notorious about getting into people's faces and and he would be threatened all the time. His life was always threatened. So
he was such a character.
It just reminded me of that.
Oh, of course. No, it definitely. But this guy was a little more suave than a
little bit, but in the sense that he got caught on tape pumping everything known to man, and on top of that, he was so cocky about his attitude about knowing everything, and then shoving it in people's faces and being like, "Yeah, I'm right." And then as soon as like he's caught out, he's turned into like a sniveling, grieving little guy.
Yeah, of course. Once he got caught, I mean, he was just like putty in her hands or something like that. Yeah. But what did you think of? So there's a scene where Maria's trying to get help finding her sister, so she goes to the guy named Rufus, who's actually an empath.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know,
she wakes up.
She wakes up in his room and he's naked, and she blows up his junk.
Yep, his penis just blows up everybody. She used that things do get engorged when you're excited as a male. And she utilized that to the extent, and Jordan was there to actually experience it and laugh at it.
Yeah. But I'm sure when I saw that, I was like, oh, there's a lot of women out there going, good for you.
Well, that honestly, that is a good for her. And it was a revenge for what Rufus was doing, because literally he was utilizing his powers almost like a roofie.
You know what? Interesting. His name is Rufus. And you're right. You're absolutely right. You know what? That's probably another, what I would say, another social commentary there.
Yeah. Because she got roofied by Rufus.
Yeah, she got roofied by Rufus. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
And, he got his just desserts.
Oh, man. That guy ain't doing anything with that for a long time, or if ever.
I don't know. I didn't want to see the aftermath. That's not my problem. That's his.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we do see Sam later on, and we get him fantasizing or looking at the TV that's in like this I would say a drive-in. So he's in a concessionary and he looks at the TV and he sees, and he keeps mentioning it as TV's Jason Ritter.
Which is Jason Ritter.
Yeah, which is Jason Ritter.
Right.
And Avenue Y. And he's there with the Deep puppet. And it's the Deep as a puppet. And you see the stomach with the lungs or whatever it is that the Deep does, and it's breathing. And they're getting in his head, telling Sam that he has to kill Dr. Cardosa. because Dr. Cardoso is like involved in this whole thing, and which sends him on this mission to go find Dr. Cardoso. He literally knocks Emma away and then jumps and leaps about just to go to like Hulk smash. If you think
Right.
about it, he just goes out to in a rage to kill Dr. Cardoso, which he does confront them in the family's house.
Correct.
And then everybody else comes in at that point. You see Andre, you see Kate, you see Emma eventually.
Trying to stop him.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's what I call he gets Muppet episodes, because then he get that also. Was it in episode 1 or 2 where he like messed up a whole bunch of special forces people coming after him or something like that? Or am I getting way ahead of like
I think you're going ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I think I am. So my apologies to everybody out there. So
yeah, Rob watched ahead.
I'm actually all caught up. I mean, because the show is so good that I just couldn't do what you're doing. I don't know if you're still doing it, where you're just watching.
I only watched one more episode, so we're doing 3 or 4. So I've already been to 5.
You've been to 5. I've been to all the way to 6.
Yeah, so you're good with that. But yeah, this is one where Sam realizes that he has friends. They talk him down.
Correct.
Which is great. And then we do see what you said, Rob, before with Emma. She goes into giant girl.
Yeah. She starts to eat a whole bunch of spaghetti. Like she's just gorging down, like, as much food as she can. Then and everybody's like really shocked, because they was like, whoa, when did this ability happen?
Yeah. And then we realize that she's always had it. It's just that she does the opposite. And she does stop Sam at that point, which is really good.
Right. But also interesting enough. Well, was it there or? Yeah, when they start to after that whole thing, everybody blacks out. And next thing you know, what is it? Marie and Jordan are in bed together, and that's where the episode leaves off.
Yep. We see Marie and Jordan in bed together, and it's one of those of shocking. And Jordan's a girl, and with Marie at that point. So it's the female version of Jordan with Marie in bed,
right?
And even Marie looks a little bit shocked, going, "Oh,
I didn't know I'd go that way." Yeah,
well,
I think.
Well, she did kiss her earlier on.
That's true. That is true
in the episode. So that's not something that is too shocking. She did kiss her.
And then I think that's when we see, like, in the end credits, that's when we see Tech Knight trying to, like, he's trying to get up on a on a hand dryer in a bathroom, and he's trying to screw the hand dryer too. So,
yeah.
I sat there and I said to myself, because all of a sudden I started thinking, okay, when they were making this, and I'm just wondering how many times how many cuts they did, because they were probably laughing too much at
they're laughing their asses off because he's trying to hump a freaking hair dryer.
Everything. It was just everything that you could think of, and it's like, how I could imagine when they gave him the script, it was like, okay, dude, so do you have a problem with just trying to fuck everything in sight?
Yeah.
So
I only have 2 quotes based upon this episode, what I got, which I thought were humorous. Jordan saying, "It seems that the school is a Mengele clinic," and that's to Andre regarding the school after finding out that Emma was sent by Andre to find Sam.
Excuse me.
And the last one would be Jordan saying, "Piece of dickless shit," after Rufus' penis explodes from Marie after her waking up.
Yeah, no, those are that's probably like the only I think the one quote the one quote or whatever that I liked was when Dean Shetty in the beginning was saying, well, you need to get all the guards on this thing, and the guy that's examining the body that has a hole through his head is saying, yeah, but half of them are dead, as they're showing the scene with like a ton of bodies on the floor, and she goes, they wouldn't get the other half. So like that's where like, she is like, she doesn't care how many people get killed in this thing.
Oh yeah.
So like I said, I think the show really shows some great promise on being. I'm probably having. Wait, didn't it just get picked up for a second season?
That it did.
So I guess we're not gonna. I mean, I thought it was just gonna be a one-off, but if it's getting a second season, then wow, they're really going to.
Well, it's just very similar to The Boys. The Boys has been heralded as being as extreme as it was, holding up a really good storyline and captivating fans. So this one just did the same, and probably like what you were stating throughout this whole time as we've been talking about this show during our podcasts. I think the commentary is starting to ring through with people, so it works out. So the writers have been doing their job, and thank you to the writers, and welcome back the writers too, by the way, with the WGA strikes being ending and all. But
well, I mean, they're working. There's still no shows out because we're still the Actors Guild is still
yeah, the SAG-AFTRA
as of
is
this
still going on.
As of this recording, the Actors Guild is still on strike.
Yeah,
right.
But
so
we still have content out there as always. The Fall of House of Usher is out there on Netflix. There's a whole bunch of other shows that are out there as well. Upload is back on Amazon Prime.
I saw that they have a third season. It's funny enough, I saw the first season and I loved it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the second season.
Watch it.
I don't know. I just haven't had the time, or I don't know what it is, but it's like every time I was like, I got other stuff to watch, but I want to watch it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I really do enjoy it. I was so glad when the third season actually dropped, and I got to watch the first two episodes before I left for the weekend for my getaway, and it was fun. I was like, oh, this is amazing. So now we have.
What's amazing? I just saw the what was it? Yesterday. Have you heard of this show or this miniseries on Netflix called Bodies?
I heard of it. Have yet to watch it.
Oh my god! The first episode hooked me in. So, do you know what what it's about?
Not entirely, but a lot of people have been trying to get me involved.
Yeah. So basically, it's about a murder. Of a particular person in 2023, and then they turn back the clock and they go back to 1941, and they find the same person in the same position with the same wound in 1941. Then they turn back the clock again to 1889 or something, and it's the same exact thing in the same alley too, like in the same spot.
Interesting.
And then, but and then all of them are trying to figure out where this body came from, because there's just things that are very strange on it, but it's the exact same person. And then I think the entire series, it's the same person. It's the exact same person. So the entire, I think, mini series is about trying to figure out what's going on. Like all these detectives in different eras trying to figure out the same thing. Like I said, the first episode just grabbed me and I was like, oh shit, I'm in now.
That actually dropped on October 19th, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was away during that time. So
I saw it and I was like,
check it out.
Okay. And for some reason I was like, all right, let me check the first episode out. And man, that was it. I was like, all right, I'm in.
Awesome. So that's something for you guys to look forward to and watch. A little cheap plug. Actually, I got asked to be on another podcast, which is going to be interesting come November.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing Monarch, Legacy of Monsters with on Wilhelm with my friend Ben Beck. So I'll be
Right.
covering that with him. So my love of Godzilla is coming into play, my knowledge. So I get to do that. But look forward to that, everybody. November 17th is the start date for Apple TV Plus for Monarch.
That does look interesting because it's supposed to be a prequel to all the monster movies, all the or at least all the
A prequel and a current strategy of what's going on, because literally it's Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell. Wyatt is playing the younger version of the character back in the 70s. And then Kurt Russell plays the older version of that particular character currently.
Oh, okay.
So it's interesting. And obviously it meshes into the Monsterverse, as I should say.
Right.
So that's out there for for Legendary. The Legendary Monsterverse, I should say. But yeah, not the Monsterverse that was supposed to be out years ago with the Universal that we kind of tore apart with the Mummy on Fantasy Picks Movie Edition.
Oh my god, yeah. If you guys want to catch it, you could catch that episode. We're not kind to that movie.
No, we're not. But as we come to a close to this particular podcast, let's talk about where people could hear you. So obviously I already mentioned it. Rob, would you like to
you could catch me on Fantasy Picks Movie Edition. The podcast is about us looking into big tentpole movies, the overhyped movies that did not make it in the box office or were critics. And what we do is we basically put our own spin on it, on what went wrong, and how we would have made it better. And then, of course, Fantasy Picks also has our top 5 movie draft, which it could be any genre, any actor, any director. And we basically do it just like a football draft, but we do it, with the subjects of film. And then we started a new one called Behind the Score, which our first episode's already out with Hans Zimmer. And our next episode is going to be with Danny Elfman. So awesome. That should be fun.
And where else could you hear me? Obviously, you could hear me right here on Panels to Pixels podcast. As always, we are, Rob and I are going to continue our coverage on Gen V for this particular season, as well as with Steve Brown and I covering just Loki season 2. So you'll catch Rob here, our coverage with Gen V, and then Steve and I on Loki season 2.
Can I tell you how good damn Loki is?
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh my god, man. All I know is that Loki, the way Loki started with this first episode, I was like, now that's how you start a damn season.
Yeah. The writers said it, they did it very well.
Yeah.
And as always, like I said before, and I've always said, you can find me on Adrenaline Cinema Podcast, as always. The next few up, I should say, because I still have to edit them. I've been away for the weekend, so I didn't get my editing skills up and ready and have everything prepped for you. But you'll have, how dare I? Total Recall will be on your way. And that's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, not the other one, not the remake. So you can hear myself and Jason Kabasi break that down, and you'll definitely have The Wolfman from 1941 that myself and Ben Elmore have broken down, and our thoughts about that Universal classic.
And by the way, in Fantasy Picks, we will be covering the Total Recall, the one that sucked.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And the Wolfman, which was with Benicio del Toro, which didn't get very good reviews and didn't make it very well. And so the ones that you're covering are the best ones. The ones I'm going to be covering are going to be the worst ones.
So look forward to that. You could use that as a way of reference, everybody.
Maybe we should coordinate.
Yeah, we should. But we didn't. I just happened to just put those out recently, or getting those out to you guys recently. But look forward to those particular things on Adrenaline Cinema Podcast. You could also hear me, as Rob had pointed out, too, on Fantasy Picks Movie Edition as well, when I'm able to join in and have fun with everybody. and talk about the stuff that we could fix about these particular movies that were so bad.
We've become armchair, or what I would like to call armchair movie executives.
There you go. But other than that you can find us here as always. But for now, if you want to submit any feedback, unfortunately, we didn't get any feedback because I didn't send anything out there for you guys to send feedback for. So that's my fault. That was my problem. Unfortunately, how dare I take a vacation? All right. Well, with that, you could hear us on Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast player of choice. If ratings are available, please do give us a rating. 5 stars is always greatly appreciated, as well as anything that you can write down stating what you like about the podcast. Because with Apple Podcasts, that's a way for everybody to know. Apparently, that is the dynamic that people look at and say, "Hey, I gotta check this podcast out," or word of mouth. That's always the best way. So if you tell a friend, that works out best too.
Right.
You can find us on Facebook, which would be facebook.com/panels to pixels. Like I said, normally I put an image for you to look at and say, oh, we're covering this particular episode of this for this week. Just leave your comments below. So all you have to do is check our Facebook page, which would be facebook.com/panels to pixels. If you feel that you need to send out an email, that is greatly appreciated as well. All you have to do is send that email to panelstopixels1@gmail.com. That's panels, 2 is spelled out TO, pixels, and the number 1@gmail.com. You can just write out your thoughts. We'll read them on the actual podcast when we come time for listener feedback. If not, if you don't feel like you want to actually type out your thoughts, then fine, just record yourself. We have all these cool schnazzy devices out there, iPads, phones, computers, everything. Record yourself and just send that as an attachment, and then we'll play it on the podcast as we're recording. We can be found on YouTube. A lot of people like to listen to their podcasts on YouTube for some odd reason. It's really strange. But we do have some video there on occasion when we do interviews with celebrities and things of that nature, or we just want to have fun. So all you have to do is search for Panels to Pixels podcast. While you're there, all you have to do is subscribe, give us a thumbs up on the actual episode that you like, or ring the bell to be notified every time, the episode is up. And just like with Facebook, we'd be found on Instagram. So it works hand in hand because it's the meta universe. So literally at Panels to Pixels podcast. That's all it is, at Panels to Pixels podcast. And you can find us there and follow us there. I like to send up the same image like I do for Facebook on that, and then just leave your comments below. And that's it.
Awesome.
But other than that, the next episode that you'll be getting from us will be Loki Season 2, probably episodes 3 and 4. So just leave your thoughts in the comments below when it comes to Facebook and everything else, just like I said. And then we'll be back with that with Steve and I. Or if Rob wants to jump on, just have fun, we could do that. We've been having fun with Loki, but I think I'm going cross-eyed with all the time twisty stuff that's going on there.
It's not that bad compared to the first one, I think, or the mess that, what is it? MCU has been trying to do with the whole multiverse thing.
Yeah, kind of like with the what was it, Ant-Man and Wasp? Quantumania was the last one that came out, so everybody got kind of like, messed up on that.
Yeah, it's dreadful.
But at least with this, you have characters and actors that we do enjoy and we love. And oh
my gosh, Short Round is so. What's his name? What's his
OB.
real name? Oh no, but the character.
No, you're talking about Ke Huy Quan.
Right. Yeah, oh my God, he's great in this show.
Oh yeah,
he is so good.
Yeah, I love him as that. It's like having an adult Short Round in the multiverse out there. It's so great. I love him. And then of course we got Sylvie and we got Loki back, and then Mobius as well. So just food for thought, everybody out there. Is Mobius another variant of Kang? Talk. Let us know. Come back to us. But until then, thanks for listening. I'm Mark.
I'm Robert.
Different panel, different pixel, same podcast. This is Panels to Pixels podcast. And we'll see you all on the next panel. Good night, everybody. Good night.